close to being able to build out the inside of this thing. I had to manufacture some little pieces of metal to kind of clog up these holes so that it don't get as much water in through here. I think for these older buses, this is one of the biggest flaws that they had. And when I took everything apart and cleaned it, you know, some of this metal got cut and it was just letting in so much water. And so they just gooped a bunch of stuff in here and was hoping it would work. So they build these buses really nice and out of steel, but they also build them pretty quick, and they're expecting to retire them at a certain age. But I'm going to use marine grade seal for the windows. I'm going to take the windows and really clean them very good, and I'm going to figure out which ones work the best after they've been cleaned. And then that is going to get done after I spray foam. So my next big job, now that I got these windows kind of sealed up a little better so that water doesn't come through, my next project is going to be spray foam. After I spray foam, I'm going to install the windows that I like, make sure they're very clean. I'm going to make sure they get installed very permanently, but not too permanent in case I need to replace them, obviously. But very, well, I should say I'm going to make them very waterproof as possible. So one of the things about this is I know that what I do, even though it might be cheesy, it's gonna be better than what they did on these windows. I guarantee you. I'm still trucking along. We got a kind of a rainy day, and that's good because I need to see if any of this stuff's leaking. And I did find a little bit of water coming through here, so I'm going to go back up top and reseal some of this. At just one little tiny spot, I know where it's coming from because I stepped on the caulking. I was driving, and Dad and I thought it'd be cute to drive the bus underneath his carport, and we busted a spot of wood, and I've had to go up there and screw it back in. So I thought it might be neat to just use the bus instead of a ladder. It was really close, but I could lay down on top of the bus and screw in the wood and put some putty on there and fix that. And when I did that, I stepped on some caulking. So I think I'll just redo that, obviously. But another thing that happened is this ladder used to be straight up and down. And whenever I hit the roof, it bent it backwards. And so when I went to have it fixed, because I'd been using the ladder, I realized that the ladder actually needs to be bent forward because it's a little easier to get up and down. So, you know, sometimes you just have to turn your obstacles into popsicles. Oh man. All right, doggy. So this is what we're doing now. Yeah, you ready? I built this with my own ingenuity. Now, instead of the wires going up through here and over there, we got the wires going down here. Going down this way. We'll probably put some conduit along the way here so that the tail lights will work. So we can go for a ride, doggy. You want to go for a ride, doggy? Hey? You want to go for a ride? If your name was Hemi and you liked rides, I could give you some Hemi rides. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Little ride in the bus, Hemi ride. Hey Hemi, you want a ride? Hey? Hemi, you want a ride in the bus? Hemi, you want a ride? You like a Hemi ride? No? Oh yes, you want to? Let's go for a ride. All right, this will be the sheet metal that holds my tail lights. And this is the sheet metal that came from the front of the bus on the inside. Boondoggle. I thought I did a pretty good job of cutting this with primitive tools. And these lights are gonna sit on here somehow. Probably more like this. Alright, so I'm having a hard time getting this rubber back on to the lights. Some of the lights have really hard rubber, and some of them have really pliable, nice, like newer rubber, and some of the lights are newer than others. So what I'm going to do, since I really have nothing to lose, I'm going to try to heat up this rubber a little bit and then see if I can get it around the light and then make sure it fits in there. Now, before I actually install this light in here, the rubber fits relatively easy, but I don't know how it's going to fit with the light. But before I do that, I'm going to make sure I trace these two holes, because after a little bit of work, this hole had to be grinded out, and then this hole was made to be a little bit larger. I think this light is probably a little bigger than this light. I wish they would have made them the same, but what they typically do is when you do a bus build by yourself, for the most part, what you find is pretty much everything you do is random and very difficult. So what I do is I make sure I score the line really lightly. And I'll turn this around and get it from another direction. And it seems to be easier to kind of hold the grinder and score this way. Score the other side, and then the process is, you know, you get your space, then you use the grinder, another grinder, to kind of you know, get it reasonably decent to work with, so you don't hurt yourself too bad. But I did finally get this one light in. This one was really hard, difficult to work with, so, and I grounded my finger. Should be wearing my gloves. But anyway, this is in here, it's secure, it's not going anywhere. These other should be easier, we'll see, because those through it. So hopefully, you know, we can get that one done a lot easier, because the screw have the rubber.
It's a smooth stone wakes you in the morning. You begin to roll. Get on down the road. 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 And she's finally lifted, beautifully gifted. She's smart as a serpent and gentle as a dove. While speaking of the God above, she will tell you to get on down the road. Get on